Welcome to another exciting episode of Perpetually Ajar. I am your host, Katy Johnson, a.k.a. Weiss Penny Pella Donuts, Cinderfall, and Velvet the Chocolate Rabbit. And here is my co-host. Please introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? My name is Beau Ramos. I am the voice of Winter and Ilya for KRWBY Productions, as well as a director and writer for the VR shorts.
Yay! And congratulations, Beau. We made it to 2 episodes. Let's give ourselves a round of applause.
Woo! Golf claps. Golf claps.
We did it. And today with us, we have a very special guest. Would you please introduce yourself, special guest?
Katy, I'd like to say you're not allowed to say funny crap while I'm not allowed to talk, because then I have to try not to laugh.
Wait, what did I say that's funny? The fact that
you're
we're
like
back to
Penny Pella Donuts and then
yeah.
Velvet the Chocolate Rabbit. Anyway, I am called. Hey guys, I'm Cole Jackson. I'm the voice of Jean, Crow, and Oscar. I'm one of the writers of the VR shorts and for the Abridged series, and I do the Foley for our audio team.
Yay! And can you give him a sample of that crow voice? Can you just
Hey, yeah, I'm talking to you, Ice Queen.
We're both Ice Queens.
Oh, this must be an odd situation for you, Cole.
I'm talking to the of-age one.
Oh.
Hey, I am at least 19, according to the wiki.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is
In
pretty
canon,
fair.
maybe.
Listen, Winter's off the clock right now. I get to be Beau.
Yeah, Winter is not in the building at the moment, Crows. You're gonna have to
Winter has
chill.
left the building. You're the one who asked me to do it.
No, I know. This is all we do is just get Cole to do the crow voice. One time we were at a con and he couldn't make it, and we called him on Discord and just got him to do the voice at people.
That's great.
I love
Was
that so much.
Was that at Magic City? I think it was.
Yeah, that was at Magic City Con. It's so fun.
Oh.
Yeah,
Whoever I was doing it for
yeah?
went crazy, didn't she?
Yes. Yeah, it was our friend Jane, actually. And we were introducing her to the world of our crow. And yeah, I'm just gonna say, if anybody out there is looking to cast a really good voice actor, please hire Cole. He will make all of your panties drop.
I'll do my crow for anyone who needs me to do it.
He'll do it. He's there for you.
He's not.
I'd rather you have a good crow than a bad one.
Oh, for sure. I do like to taste a good crow. Cut it up, put it in the oven.
Why are you like this?
Why am I like this?
Why are you like this?
Because I watch too much anime and I don't know what life is anymore.
Because
you want to tell them
You know,
about what
I was
happened?
just about to say it. So I sent Katy this meme. It was a comic. I can't remember what it was. It was I think it was a DC comic.
Yeah.
A panel, and it was just funny, so I sent it. And Katy, the fucking weeb she is, read it from right to left. And I pointed it out, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm such a weeb!" It was the greatest thing.
At least you can recognize your own weeb tendencies.
It's true. Like, I have a problem, but I'm going to weeb-hab right now.
Oh my god.
Do they just hit you with a weeb whacker?
Yes. No, with a weeb whacker.
That's what I just said.
Oh, it sounded like you said weed, and I was like, this has gone to a different place.
You should
what have
have
you
some
been up to,
faith
Cole?
in my pun-telling abilities. Anyway,
you gotta
continue.
have faith. Yes, what have you been up to, Cole? I'm curious.
Me?
And
I thought you
Beau?
said, but whoa.
Oh, yeah,
Beau
both
could
of you.
go first.
Both of you. Da-da-da.
Oh my god, not you two. I get this every time I log onto the server and I'm like, what up, dudes? And everyone's just like, I can't believe it. It's Beau. And I'm like, fuck out of here.
I can't believe it's not Boater.
No.
This is just the whole podcast is us making Beau puns. Welcome.
I have been absolutely
Perpetually
up to
Ajar.
nothing. I get locked away in the basement until Katy needs me for another Perpetually Ajar episode.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah.
You're just marinating in funny juice.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Katy, can you tell us what the composition of Funny Juice is? I'd like to know.
I don't.
It's like 12%.
I'm marinating in it.
it's 12% pickle juice and 78% all of your hopes and dreams.
I love pickles.
Well, do you
I
need
don't
some
think
funny
that
juice?
math adds up.
Wait, what's the extra 10%?
The extra 10% is fear.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, since we know what Beau has been doing, Beau has been marinating. What have you been doing, Cole?
I have been playing a lot of Zelda because
Oh,
I'm
shit.
trash.
Wow, what a weeb.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about weebs.
I've recently discovered this beautiful thing called the Legend of Zelda randomizers, where it just takes all the items in the game and shuffles them into different locations, and it's the greatest thing ever.
That sounds amazing.
It's great. Like, I won't go into details
yeah.
because I guess not everybody's played Zelda, which is unfortunate because everyone should. Such a great
Yes.
game series, but
10 out of 10.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Well, I have just been recording recently, and I went to Maryland not too long ago.
Oh hey, same.
And yeah. Oh heck, hell yeah. Oh yeah, you went to that Chick-fil-A thing.
I worked in Maryland for a month.
He was abducted by
I-
Chick-fil-A for a whole month.
Chick-fil-A.
It
Fried
was-
chickens.
Talk
It
about
was-
marinating.
Horrendous.
Oh my god.
It was horrendous, but I made a lot of money, so there's that.
Oh my god.
That trip
Yeah, I was just
single-handedly
at a
paid for the
PonyCon.
microphone you're talking on.
It
I
did.
was surrounded by a bunch of ponies for like a week.
You know, I
It was,
heard about that.
really great.
And so how was BronyCon?
It was really fun. I talked about it briefly on the last episode, but like, the more time that passes between me and BronyCon, the more I realize how fun it was. Like, it was really neat seeing all the people dress up in very specific costumes, and like, I've been watching the show with some friends, and it's not bad. It's a pretty fun life if you open your mind to it.
See, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, and
Tell
that's
me.
that I used to be a brony.
What? You didn't come to BronyCon?
Well, no, I said used to be.
Wow.
like in middle school. But
Oh, wow.
like the show is good, but the fandom is horrible.
There are definitely segments in all fandoms that are horrible.
But,
the
like-
people that I was hanging out with are pretty cool though.
yeah, but like anywhere that I was able to access from home, like anything on the internet, it's all
Yeah.
really toxic, and everybody just hates everything, and it sucks.
I
So-
did hear about some brony drama, but the people I was hanging out with were more like community members, like kind of more representative of like the good side, I think. Because like my friend Jordan, he goes by Jaxblade, he's like a big member of that community, or was. And then I got to meet people like AC Racebest and Black Griffin.
You met
and
oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And so we were all hanging out, and Saber Spark is a really good friend, and he used to do a lot. And then Paleo and Hero, and we've all just been watching ponies together recently. And,
You know, it's really funny. One of our editors used to work for Black Griffin.
actually, yeah, I think ZD
Yep.
messaged me because he heard that I had a podcast with Jordan, and he was like, "You know Jaxblade?" And I was like, "Yeah, we have a podcast together. He's my friendo." And he was like, "Oh shit!" And so he actually made an animation for Perpetually Ajar, but also he just made one recently for my podcast as well. So like, it's a small world, and there's so many little connections.
It's
I
a small
know.
world
So tiny.
intensifies.
It's
a small world after all.
The
It's
10%
a
of
small
fear
world
is
after
Okay,
And
let's stop.
copyright strike.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
Yep, there's the
Boom.
one.
It's
See,
It's
I
been
can't
nice.
we're
It's
down.
been real nice, Katie. It's been nice being here. We're
It's been
gonna
lovely.
Get shut down on
Thank you
episode
all for
2.
listening to a jar pet. Also, I just want to give a shout out to somebody that commented on our first episode and understood the joke that I probably should have made more clear, but they get it. Perpetually Ajar is a swear jar, and I'm just very happy that someone in the comments wrote that.
You know,
and
I know that we're already kind of lingering on this whole like intro, but I had to say, a few days ago, Erin, Blake's voice actress, posted
Yeah.
an image of her. I want to say from a photo shoot, and she was like, "Oh, it feels like a knockoff of Always Open." And someone in one of the retweets or like comments had said "Perpetually Ajar." Like everyone was listing like different like alternatives to Always Open. And I saw Perpetually Ajar, and just like the Kill Bill sirens went off in my head.
Oh my god. So, yes, Erin, if you're out there, we love you, and please
Barbara
listen
too,
to our podcast.
like all of the
Oh,
Ruby
Barbara.
girls.
Oh my God, all you
All of
Ruby
them.
Goyles,
We
anybody,
love all of you.
we love you all, and we're parodying this podcast because we love you, and also we just love being silly, and that's what the community's all about, you know?
Exactly.
One could
About
say that parody
silliness.
or imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
It's true, and we've been parodying you guys for a while, so if you're not
Yeah.
used to us by now,
You know, we definitely have for a hot minute.
it's been a while.
A good majority of what we do is just.
It's true.
I think the VR shorts are one of the few like really original things that we came up
But
with.
even then, they have the RT
Yeah.
shorts.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
yes,
our
but
VR
like,
shorts are still their characters. And
well, I
we're
mean, there's
basing our
that, but
impressions
like
on, yeah.
using VR as mocap was definitely our idea.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely for sure.
It's cutting
where
edge
you were using
machinima,
the
though, is what it
concepts.
is, which is definitely like Rooster Teeth was one of the people that really kind of pioneered and shot it forward.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm trying to give us just the tiniest bit of street
Okay,
cred.
sure.
Oh! We love you,
Anyways.
Rooster Teeth. Thank you for listening to our podcast.
You are
If
the
you're not
reason we
listening,
exist.
Thank you. It's true. You
You know-
are the reason we exist.
You know, Barker's probably listening to it.
Hi, Barker.
So
If
hi,
you're listening,
Barker.
leave
We
a
love
comment.
you.
Yes.
Yes.
Mwah,
Please
I
leave a
miss
comment
you.
below, Barker, and tell us if you'd like to be on the podcast because we'd love to have you.
Exactly. That'd be cool.
So, you know, I think we've had some fun introductions, but I think it's about time that we get into some of our fun icebreakers. What do you think?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yep, probably.
Time
All
to
right,
break some
let's
ice.
do it. All right, let's crack the snack. I don't know, fun words.
Let's yeet this wheat.
Let's eat
Let's
this wheat.
let's obtain this grain.
Let's grab this baguette. I don't know. I don't really.
A for
Let's
effort,
baguette
Katie.
this baguette. Dang it! I just want to be funny like the cool kids.
It's okay.
Oh.
It's okay. I'll teach you my ways. I've been
Audience
marinating
members,
for a
welcome
while.
to the segment where Cole laughs uncontrollably for 2 minutes. This is literally our entire friendship. It's Cole unable to breathe.
I'd like to
Because
point
of his
out
laughter.
that Cole's microphone is so like high quality and everything that when you hear him laughing like this, he literally has to physically stand up and walk to the other side of his room so he can laugh.
Cole is our consistent source of laughter, and every time a joke is told and we're all together, you can bet that we'll just turn to Cole and be like, "Where is it?" And he'll just die on the floor.
So Levi, one of our writers,
Yeah.
the way his writing process works with jokes is he'll tell a joke, and if I don't die laughing, then it's not funny enough.
That's fair.
That's a good
Although
process.
that is a pretty low bar. You are a quite giggly
Well,
boy.
I mean, there's that, but like I will die laughing at good jokes, right?
that is
That's
true.
fair. That is fair.
It is true. You do have good quality of laughter, but you're also just a fun giggle boy, and you just love to
that's
laugh.
gay.
Wow, you right.
I
right.
just want to point out that I'm looking at my Pro Tools timeline, and the waveform for the audio is just as high where I'm laughing as the rest where I'm just talking normally.
Oh my god.
And I
that's
was on the other
amazing.
side of the room.
That's incredible.
All right,
Well,
let's
all right.
get to these
We're
Weiss
gonna-
breakers.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Weiss,
I'm going
baby.
to murder you. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. It's time for our first icebreaker.
You've got to read them all as Weiss now.
Okay, fine. Icebreaker time. Oh my god, this needs to be the name of the segment. I'm dying. All right.
You know what? I'm gonna do it,
We're doing
Ajar,
it.
because why not?
Okay, first one. First Icebreaker. Would you rather know how above or below average you are at everything? Which I'm always above average, so I don't even need to know. Or, know how above or below average people are at one skill or talent just by looking at them. Which I know they're all below level, so, like, I don't even need to see it.
Well, I would definitely want to know how above or below average I am at everything. Because I
That
like
was
to,
a sick burp.
oh, hell yeah, it was. Because I like to know where I need to improve. I'm that kind of person. I like to build upon myself. You know,
In all seriousness, now, yeah, I like to know where I need to improve. So I'd like to know that. And also, I don't want to know how above or below average some random person is at shuffleboarding. you know?
Yeah, but at the same time, like, if you know where you are at everything, what if you see something and it says you're really good at it, and then you just get comfortable and you start to see that it's, like, slipping, like...
Then you work harder.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the negative repercussions would be.
Because, like, if you know you're really good at it, you know you're doing something right? So you keep doing what you're doing.
What if you could discover, like, a new talent from this? Like, you're just, like,
Exactly.
thinking about, like, racquetball, and it says you have a 10 proficiency for racquetball, and you're like, well, shit, I guess I gotta try racquetball.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, what about you, Beau?
I have such a like tendency to be so self-deprecating about myself with stuff that I'm like good at or that I feel like I'm not good at. And so I feel like to a degree I've already been more critical of myself than like any kind of like analytic really can and whatnot. So if anything, that might almost be a confidence booster to find out that I am actually legitimately good at something.
Ooh,
There you go.
Because I already am like, oh, there's no way I'm good at this. I suck at it. And it's like, you know, you have a plus 10 proficiency in your winter voice. And I'm like, well, I guess.
It's like, I mean, if you say so.
Yeah, I would abuse the fuck out of this power, though. It's a lot of power. Because, like, I could be like, how good am I at eating this taco?
Pretty damn good.
It's like +3. You eat this taco horribly like a gross human being.
Dude, like, what if you just got feedback that, like you have to be able to turn it on and off, because I swear to God, if I'm just eating and it's like, wow, great job eating that spaghetti, I'll be like, fuck you! I don't need this!
It's like, you did all right eating that spaghetti. You should have twirled it up with the fork.
Yeah,
Could have been a lot more efficient.
Yeah, so, like, is efficiency the goal, or is happiness the goal? It's so subjective what defines being good at something that I'm interested to see how they judge this. What's the criteria?
You definitely can't turn it off. I think that would be unfair.
Ooh, so it's like a curse. You have to
Not really.
Ooh.
It depends on how you look at it.
I guess, like, yeah, because, like, maybe sometimes I just want to do something and not care about how good I am at it. Like, maybe I just want to go canoeing and not worry if I'm going to make it into the top league of canoers, but just do something for fun. But then it's going to be gamified, and I'm going to be thinking about my stats if I have to look at how good I am.
Not necessarily. You can know you're bad at a game and still enjoy playing the game.
I guess that's true.
Like, I know I'm bad at Mario Kart, and I love Mario Kart.
That's true. That's actually, yeah, that is true.
And like,
maybe I just hope it's like off to the side, like, and it's not in your face, like, hey, get better. Hey, it's like, chill, can I not just do some things?
I think
fun?
it'll be like after every match. When you
Okay.
complete something.
So when you get better at it, can there be like a do 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 do?
Yes, but what about when you get worse at something? Will it just be like burrow, burrow, burrow?
Wah, wah, wah.
I think it would be the level up sound from Pokemon, or like the stat boosting noise.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah, that's true. I know that there are things like, because if you don't consistently hone your craft, you can lose abilities. It's not like in a game where like you gain an ability and then it's there forever. Like, you have to work at stuff. So like, I'd be terrified at watching my meter go down.
like with muscles, for example. If you don't work
Oh,
out
definitely.
all the time, which I don't, you lose your progress.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. So yeah, I think we're all pretty much in agreement. If you would do the first half, raise your hand.
What?
Interesting.
Raise your hand.
All right.
What are you talking about?
Okay, now put your hands down. All right. If you would.
There he goes.
There he goes.
We're never going to get through this episode.
It's gonna be awesome.
It was the part where you said, okay, interesting to put your hands down. That's what got me.
I did that on the first episode too.
Did Beau just not question it?
Beau and Lambency were confused, and I was just like, okay, now raise your hand for this. I just kept going.
We just
Of course
didn't.
you
I wouldn't say that we were confused. I personally just didn't question it.
Yeah, that is fair. That is fair. Like, I didn't get it. I didn't get quite the big reaction, and I'm thankful for yours. But yeah, so for the second half, boop your nose.
Dumbass joke.
I guess, yeah, nobody's doing the second half because I saw everybody's hands were raised.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So we're going to go on to our next icebreaker. Our Weiss is breaking really fast. So, next icebreaker is...
Nobody laughs.
Nobody laughs. I'm just like, well, fine. Anyway.
Just like
being a
crickets
host.
chirping.
Crickets just casually chirping. Right. Would you rather have to read aloud every word you read or sing everything you say out loud?
I
live
would
in a
read everything
musical.
aloud and just not read in public.
Yeah, I already do that. I'm that bitch that reads word signs. It's like, look, it's a target.
See, like,
welcome
I
to
read
Target.
whenever I'm like
To
reading a
Target.
book or something. And in my room, I'll read it aloud anyway, just
Oh,
to
yeah,
like,
it's
just kind of
true.
like practice voices.
Yeah, and so that
For
would definitely
fun.
help for voice acting because
Yeah.
you're already doing that anyway, so it's just extra reading.
Although
it
at
would
the same time,
yeah,
you couldn't
yeah.
read anything in public.
No. Can you whisper it? Can you whisper to yourself?
I suppose you could.
It does say
'cause that's
read
allowed.
aloud.
'Cause
Yeah,
that's
well,
still
yeah,
allowed.
whispering is allowed. That's true.
Is it allowed or is it allowed?
Allowed. I mostly
Da-da.
listen to audiobooks anyway, so like I'm pretty good in that department.
Wait, does that mean that you have to repeat everything after the audiobook?
No, because it says you have to say everything aloud that you read. But if you're listening to music or something, you don't have to sing along. You don't have
Yeah, I
to say
suppose that's
things
fair.
that you hear. Yeah. So what if it's like in a different language that you can't understand?
What if you
have
could
to
speak the language to read it?
But what if does it automatically give you that ability to be able to
I mean,
understand
I would think
everything
not,
you read?
because you don't really read anything in another language anyway.
I'm
So
You just-
only if it's What do you think, Beau?
gonna say sing everything aloud. Like
Oh,
I love musicals. I love singing.
Well,
I've
say
been
goodbye
singing
to
since I
voice
was
acting.
4.
Oh, say bye.
What?
Unless you just exclusively want to be a singer.
I feel like you couldn't do voice acting anymore in that case.
No, but I could be a really interesting personality.
It's true. You could be a YouTuber.
There you go. The sing
Yeah.
tuber.
I'm just really interested in because the American alphabet, like just your ABCs and stuff, in Spanish and Ramoji for Japanese, just because I don't necessarily know what it means, I can still understand how to read and pronounce it, but there are some languages that they have letters that I'm just like, I don't even know is this a letter or is this just a mark?
I just realized whenever you're watching anime with subtitles, you have to read along with it from now
Oh
on.
God, no! Honestly, that isn't the worst fate, I guess.
No, not really. I guess you could just
Yeah,
be with
yeah,
your
yeah.
friend. But when you're watching it with your significant other, they're like, God, can you shut up? And you're like,
Can you
no,
shut the
no, I
fuck up?
can't.
I can't. I'm literally cursed. Oh my God. So yeah, I if this could give me the ability to speak another language, not even knowing what I'm saying, but I don't know. That would be cool.
I don't know what I just said, except I do.
I don't know, but I said it perfectly.
That means I have to poop in Japanese.
Yes. Oh, that would help with voiceover because if you get a script, well, you wouldn't be able to emote properly because you don't know what you're saying, but you could say it.
Yeah, perhaps.
So you could utilize any script and say it out loud. You just won't know what you're saying, so you won't know if it's being pronounced or whatever.
It's like they try to direct you and it's still in the other language. You're like, I don't actually speak this language.
Just send over the files. I'll read them. And it'll be a really sad scene, but I'll say it in a really happy voice, like, "Omae wa mo shinderu."
Oh my god.
Nani?
Weebs.
Nanny.
Fucking weeps. Nanny. Oh my God.
Nanny the fork?
Yes. There is a fork. Her name is Nanny.
Are
That's
you,
the new
are you ready for your
Nickelodeon
dumb
spinoff.
joke now, Katy?
So if anybody wants to do the first half, why don't you raise the roof? Dab.
Dab, dab, dab.
It's
dab,
not funny
quit.
when you
dab,
see it
dab,
coming.
Dab, dab.
It's not funny when you see it coming, Cole.
I
have to
quit. I'm
surprise
putting
you.
in my resignation right now, Katie.
No. Who will will host this hilarious jar-themed podcast with me.
I'll send Ilya your way. How's that?
Yes.
Not gonna be
perfect.
the Schneesters anymore. We'll do anyone other than Katie and Weiss, or Katy and Weiss. Weiss
Katy and Weiss.
Weiss and
Katie
Winter.
always
Weiss and
host it with
Katy.
you.
Yes. Take that, Winter.
Yeah.
Take that, Winter. I've got Crow. Wait a minute. This is not a good situation.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's the best situation.
I'm terrified. I need an adult.
He's your
I am
problem
an
now.
adult.
So before we move on to our next question, before we answer this, I just want to say that recently we just had an episode come out, and there's some Foley in the background. Not Foley. There's like some lines that we had to say in the background.
You mean Walla?
Yes, some Walla. Yeah, I was thinking Foley. Which
Don't point
Foley,
out where it is because it'll ruin it for everyone.
I
but
won't,
You could say
I
what
won't.
you're saying.
But there is a part where, and we didn't use the whole clip, but we used a portion of it where I am a certain background character, and I am just saying the cha-cha slide.
You can totally hear it.
You can
Like-
totally hear it.
It's absolutely like it's there. It's so
It's like,
audible.
take it back now, y'all.
Take it back now, y'all. What up this time?
It was the greatest.
It made me so happy.
I just would like to say that for Walla, I definitely recorded myself saying the Shrek script in Oscar's voice.
It was great.
And now, James wants a clip of me saying "Get out of my swamp" as a swamp. Swamp.
Schwamp.
You know what? I'll say
My
it.
schnee schwamp.
Should I just say "Get out of my swamp" as Oscar here?
Yes, do
There
it
you
right
go.
now.
Get out of my swamp.
I love it.
There you go, James.
Take
You're
it back
welcome.
now, y'all. There, perfection.
Oh my god.
Did you do any Walla for that episode, Beau?
No one
think it
wants me
was-
to record anything. It's fine.
Oh no.
I think it was me, James, you, Katie, and Tina who recorded.
me,
Walla.
Katie, and Tina. I think Brian did some too.
Oh
yeah,
that's
I
true.
think he did too. I'm really
Yeah, I
excited
directed
because I'm
him
gonna
for some of
start
it.
going to Brian's to like record stuff. So
Yeah. Ooh, that's gonna be so fun.
We're-
I want to go out there one day and visit you guys and just have like a fun day.
yeah, come out here.
recording
Like
and shit.
seriously, if you don't mind crashing at someone's house, like you are always
No,
welcome
dude,
to crash here.
That's the only way I've ever gone to California is by crashing at people's houses.
Hell yeah,
mean, I'd be down
we
to
have
hang
a
out
singular
if I had
doggo
money.
and a singular kitty now.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is for me too, Cole. Like there's so many places I'm just like, oh yeah, I'd love to just wake up one day and be like, bitch, I'm going to Cali, but I don't
I
have
know,
quite
right?
those funds yet. But maybe
Well.
for another con one day we can make it happen.
I'm just
You
saying.
should go to ALA.
Ooh, mayhaps. But if I want to make Rooster Teeth, or if I want to make RTX next year, I usually can only do like one really far travel place a year.
We'll
I mean,
figure
if
something
you buy your
out.
tickets really in advance, they're not bad.
We will see. But what was the episode that we just did the Walla for?
Volume 2, Chapter 1.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah,
everybody,
excuse me.
watch that.
You definitely knew it. You just wanted us to say it.
ha 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 ha. That's marketing. Get the talent to say it. I'm just the host.
Listen, that's part of the KRWBY News Corner. Like, get out. You're treading on my
That is-
territory now.
That is true. This is true. I apologize, but go watch it. So anyway,
Yes,
this-
please. I worked
this
really hard on
question-
it.
Yeah, it's true. We all did. And so for this question, would you rather read aloud or sing aloud? So Beau, are you sticking by your guns of singing everything aloud?
Yes.
All right. And Cole,
Uh,
what about you?
yeah.
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 Like totally. Yeah.
Like totally.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh,
agree.
my god.
Yeah.
I hate these two
Got
so
it.
much.
Flower Scout cookies.
Laura Scott cookies. What the fuck?
I want now. I want for when Tina listens to this, for her to listen to it aloud and listen for when Star says it, because whenever Star hears it, she has to say it every single time.
Cookies.
So whenever she hears Star say it out of nowhere, she knows what's happening.
Yes.
Yep.
Perfection. Well, yeah, so we went with the first half. So, yeah, I think that we are pretty settled in. Our hands have been raised and unraised properly. So, for this next icebreaker, this is a very, very classy question. Would you rather have to wear a wedding dress / tuxedo every single day, or wear a bathing suit every single day.
So
This is so easy.
I have a question about this.
Yes, you can wear which you want.
Well, no, that's not the question. The question is, would like a really nice suit count, or is it like a full-on tuxedo?
Full on tux, man. Full wedding dress.
Fuck
Full
it.
tux.
I'm going full-on tux. Like I used to
Oh, I
work
am
at a
too.
tuxedo
Hell
store.
yeah.
Hell yeah. I am wearing
Okay,
a
but
tux
like it's really
no
hot
business.
outside, and if I could have a reason to wear a bikini every day and not get in trouble, that would be really fun.
I mean, then do it.
But like, I just don't want to get arrested, man.
You won't. You can. Bikinis are perfectly okay to wear in public.
Yeah, but like, if I go into a Walmart in a bikini, I don't know.
Have
I'm
you ever
receiving a
actually
phone
been in a
call. It is
Walmart, Katy?
probably
Someone's
from a
already
spam
beat you
caller.
to it.
That's true. Oh wait, what's up, Cole?
I'm receiving a phone call. It's probably from a spam caller.
Oh
Hello?
wow, you should answer it live,
This
them on
is
speaker.
Cole.
unless it's private. Ooh.
Oh, I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not busy.
This is such an interesting episode, everyone.
I'm so excited. So much is happening that's out of our control, and I dig it. Ooh, Cole's being silent. I hope he's okay.
I had
Cole,
to
don't die.
I had to get up and turn my ceiling fan on or off because
Yeah.
I realized that it was on. And so that was really interesting, trying to like not make any noise and going and turning my fan off.
Oh, wow. Dude. Oh, I hear Cole. He said he's very busy right now. I guess he's too busy for the podcast.
Yeah, I know. Like, ugh.
But actually, back on the swimsuit topic, like, I feel like depending on where I am, because I would like to wear a
You too.
bathing suit because it's very comfy. But I don't know. There's a lot of
So,
cool
I feel
styles
really
of wedding
bad.
dresses.
Uh,
Oh, yeah? What's up?
Because I thought that was a spam caller, and I thought it was going to be really funny for me to answer it on the podcast. But in
Yeah.
fact, it was Sweetwater calling me, making sure everything was all right with something that I bought a couple days ago. So,
Aw. Well, that's
so
nice.
I know, like they okay. So
And this
Sweetwater.
podcast was brought to you and sponsored by. Just kidding. Nobody sponsors us.
So I know I'm not sponsored. We're not sponsored by Sweetwater, but I will recommend them all day long. They're where people buy
sweet?
pro audio stuff, and
Oh, nice.
like that's where you go to buy it. Whenever you buy hardware, they send you candy with your order.
Well, shit.
And they
I'm
call
sold.
you a few days after whenever you order, make sure everything is going all right, make sure you don't have any questions. And so they called me again. This is the second time they called me to make sure everything was going all right. So
Huh.
Well,
So,
they
hey.
called you
Well,
at a
you
really
know-
inopportune time, so
they did.
It's true.
But
it's true.
it's not their
But,
fault.
you know-
And I thought it'd be funny to answer a spam call on a podcast.
Yeah,
So
that would have
that's-
been hilarious.
That would have been funny. And then it just ended up being an actual
But it was,
call.
they were too sweet. You couldn't give them that salty. You couldn't give them that.
You
You
know,
had to be sweet.
I
back.
have to say just real quick, the other day when we were in that huge VC with people answering questions and whatnot, and I had Cole
Oh,
call
yeah.
me while I was in the VC. The reason I had
I was
him
very
call
confused.
was because my ringtone is a crow cawing.
Oh my god!
It's just-
yes.
And it just
I
like
was
does
like-
it like every like 2 seconds, and people were just like, "Is that a crow?" And I'm just like, "Ugh, this idiot."
This hecking idiot.
I would like to say that I was definitely in the drive-thru taking orders when that was happening.
That's great.
Oh my god.
Thank you
At
for
work.
humoring
Dude.
me.
It is
I
my
keep
pleasure.
thinking about. I would love to be in a world where people are just wearing tuxedos everywhere.
I know, right? Like,
Oh man, but I think I might actually not the bathing suit route. Maybe if I'm in California, maybe because it's hot. It's also kind of hot here, but the wedding dress. There's lots of styles of wedding dresses. Versus a tuxedo, it's like it's a very specific look. Like if you can find a thinner tuxedo, as long as it classifies as one, I think that'll be okay. But it is full on.
wait, what if you wear just like a vest, tuxedo vest?
No, it has to be a full tuxedo
like
and a
with
full
the
wedding
suit jacket
dress.
as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
fuck it. All right.
But like the wedding dress, a full wedding dress can still be like pretty light. So I think I would have fun wearing a full wedding dress. Like it's just a white dress. I mean, it might get dirty, but they have different styles. And tuxedos, are there different styles of tuxedos besides color?
Yeah,
I
there
have-
absolutely are. I worked at a tuxedo shop. I'm actually still. Fun fact again about myself is I'm actually still a licensed tuxedo consultant.
Yo!
So,
What?
yeah.
Hold the phone. Pause the podcast. Actually, don't pause your audio, but pause the hecking podcast. Beau, I need you to tell me all about tuxedos now.
Like right now on the podcast.
Right
I think
now.
that you might be surprised to find out that, technically speaking, what is defined as a tuxedo, there's a lot of gray area in there. And absolutely, yes, there are thinner types of tuxedos. And actually, there are, like, black tie events that if you wear a specific style of shirt and vest, like, it's still considered a complete tuxedo even without the jacket.
Whoa.
So there are loopholes.
Oh my god. I am learning so much. Also, Cole, I just want to let you know, Cole hasn't listened to the first episode yet, so he doesn't know yet. But Beau has a plethora of knowledge on topics I would have no idea Beau has knowledge on.
Like
Beau
what?
knows so much about clowns.
What?
I am a clown.
What?
Yeah, I have like my own unicycle and like my own juggling set and supplies and whatnot.
Beau, I need you to know that I just have the funniest image in my head of you with a completely straight face in a full clown getup, juggling just lifelessly.
So everybody tuning in just now, you need to listen to the first episode to learn all about Beau's history with clowns.
Yep.
Because that's the funniest thing I've ever thought of in my life.
So Beau is also a professional tuxedo.
So
Beau,
Beau
you're
went
amazing.
to
No.
clown college, right? Right?
That was the goal. But when I want to say when I was like 15 or 16, Ringling Brothers shut down their actual clown college in Orlando.
Oh wow, yeah.
Wait,
And
you
I
were
remember
actually gonna
being
go?
So sad.
Yes, Beau was gonna go to clown college.
I was.
That makes me sad.
Yeah.
Guys,
Beau
let's start a Kickstarter and send Beau to clown college.
sent Beau to clown college.
I'll end up in
Start a
Europe,
hashtag
man. Europe is still
clowns
all
for
about
Beau.
clowning.
Exactly.
Oh
We'll
my
send you to
God.
Europe and send you to clown college.
Oh my god. All right, everybody, leave a comment below telling us how you can help Beau go to clown college.
Only you can help Beau go to
Beau, go to clown college.
Oh my god.
I'm so happy that I'm learning so many beautiful things. Like, every episode, I just know I'm going to learn something new, and it makes me so happy. Like, can we just have a round of applause, everybody, in the comments for Beau?
No, please do not. It was the
Clap
only
your
reason
hands in the comments.
I only worked at the tuxedo store for like 3 months, but the thing about it is that the 3 months that I worked at it was during prom season. So like I did more in the 3 months than like the guy that like quit right before I hired did in like almost the year that he had been there, because he didn't actually ever work through a prom season.
But that's so cool, though. Like, that's like the prime time to do the most learning.
Yeah, like it paid really well. It was like $17 an hour.
What the crap?
Yeah.
Yo.
And commission and like you could get tipped. So
Whoa. Okay.
That's fucking insane.
That's insane. When I went to Maryland, we were making $15 an hour.
yeah, in my
wow.
Although at the same time, we were working crazy overtime, and they paid for a hotel, rental car, and food.
Oh, yeah.
you
and
know,
our
I want to
plane.
say that in like that first month that I worked, like the first like 30-day pay period,
Yeah.
I made some. I want to say I made like $5,000,
Jesus.
like
In 3 months?
in 1 month.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, in
That's
like
close.
the first month. Given I did have like all of my training hours on there too, but like they were only
Wow.
8-hour shifts. Like
Yeah.
That's around how much I made in Maryland.
Okay. Well, nice.
it was nice while it
So-
lasted.
Dang.
But then I got an offer back to go back to Disney, and
yeah.
really Disney was a fun job. It didn't pay as well, but it was a job that I was emotionally happy at. So
Yeah.
I chose Disney over the tuxedo store.
Wow.
Do you think you could go back?
To the tuxedo store?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. It'd be fun.
Is there a
It'd be fun to
tuxedo
go to.
place?
The only
feel like
thing
in
that I didn't
California there'd
enjoy
be a
about
lot.
it is during like the summer months when people would come in to get fitted and they obviously hadn't showered.
Oh,
It was like,
yeah.
dude, please shower. Like, you're literally coming in to be, like, physically close with people. Like, please shower. Don't come here during your lunch when you're a construction worker. Like, you're all sweaty and
Oh.
stinky. Please do not.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy.
Well, Cole, now I'm obligated to ask, do you have a cool, interesting piece of information that maybe the audience or a lot of people don't know that you know?
No.
Ah!
I mean,
Come on, Cole.
I know a lot of crap about Chick-fil-A if you want to ask me stuff about that, but other than that,
Ooh.
no.
Tell me something cool about Chick-fil-A. What's something that you found interesting that maybe most people don't know?
People really suck at ordering.
Well, I think
And
we all knew that because that's fast food.
I know, but like, people really suck at ordering.
Well, shit.
Like, I have some stories. Like there's this dude at like 9:30 at night who took 4 minutes to decide he wanted a 6-count nugget. Like
Oh my god.
I was out there taking his order the entire time, and he just looked at the menu for 4 minutes.
He was high.
Oh, you have no idea how many people come in high through our drive-thru.
No, I feel like I do
So
have an idea.
I learned what weed smells like from working at Chick-fil-A.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like there are so many times where people will come in high, and they'll be like, I want a 30-count nugget. I'll be like, anything else for you? No, that's it.
Are you sure you don't want 40 more nuggets? Oh, shit, I guess, man. Yeah.
Except that would suck for us. So no, we
Oh,
don't
that's
offer
true.
that.
That's true. Well, before we go on to our fan questions, I actually do have an interesting thing that I learned recently that I would like to share, and it is in relation to food.
Of course it is.
Yes, because I know what I like and what I'm about. So I was on a film recently with my friend Louise.
What?
He was our director.
What?
Yeah. It was cool.
Like a movie?
Yeah.
What?
I do movies.
Yeah, Katie's like
Yay!
famous, dude.
I'm not famous, but I
You're
do
famous
movies.
to me, Katie.
Aw, Beau. Woo.
Your heart is famous to us.
It's true. You're all famous in my heart and the souls.
No,
of my
as
feet.
in you're just a good person.
Aw, BB. Well, anyway, so about this
Dab.
food fact. So my friend Luis, he was our director, and he has worked in a lot of like Mexican restaurants, and his family has actually like worked in a few before too, and he currently works in one. And he told me something that is apparently a trade secret that I'm going to share with all of you so that you will be aware, because apparently, according to Louise, there's a secret ingredient in one of their main dishes that they don't list on the menus, and I would like to share it. So, you know those fajitas that like get really like sizzly like when they come out, you know?
Yeah.
So, why do you think it is that they sizzle so loudly?
Pop rocks?
Like do you think it's do you think it's just the heat of the tray, or do you think there's something
Well,
they put on it?
now
Like, what's
that-
your theory?
Well, now that you're saying it, I assume there's some kind of chemical reaction involved.
Yeah.
That might be correct. You want to know what it is?
Yeah.
Pineapple juice, bitches.
Heck yes!
They pour pineapple juice all over them bitches. But I'm terrified for people that have pineapple allergies because apparently they don't list it. So
But you
That's
know
a
what?
thing.
I love pineapples.
I love pineapples.
I'm the kind of person who legitimately enjoys pineapple on pizza.
Mm-hmm.
It's my normal. It's my usual. It's what I always get.
It's my use. Yeah.
I love it. Hawaiian
Well, now
pizza
you
is
know
my favorite.
that I can't speak for all Mexican restaurants or necessarily any in particular, but Luis told me from his experience working in one, from having him and like family members work in one, and all of that shenanigans and whatnot. He said that this is just a common thing and that they had to tell him several times to do it. And he was like, wait, but that's not on the menu. And they were like, we know. And he was like, and so, yeah. So anybody out there eating those fajitas that sizzle really loudly, there's pineapples in it. Ha 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 ha.
You know, interesting.
Pineapples in Mexican? That's going to be the next.
Oh my God.
That's gonna
What
be
were
the
you gonna
next
say,
like
Beau?
big thing.
I was gonna say,
Yes.
talking about pineapples is one of my favorite things, and I don't generally like pineapples, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
I have to be like in a very particular mood to like just have a straight up pineapple. But one
sure.
of my favorite things during the summer when I used to work at Disneyland and when I used to be an annual pass holder is getting the Dole Pineapple Whip floats.
Oh, I love those.
Which is
world?
just the best thing ever. It's literally
What in
just
the
like
world?
Dole.
So good.
What?
What in the world?
It's
good.
literally Dole pineapple juice, like the best, like it tastes so good pineapple juice with Dole Whip pineapple ice cream on the top.
What?
Yeah,
It's so good. Oh, I love
hate
it.
you, Bo.
it's
now I want
so
one.
dang good.
I want one. But all right, we're going to go jump into our fan questions because
Yes.
we've had a lot of fun dilly-dallying on this pineapple nonsense.
Dilly
Our
dollying.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Dolly dollying.
Dilly-dollying. I love it. Dilly-dallying. So I think I want that to be the name of this episode is dilly-dallying.
Or just pineapples.
Yes.
Or
So-
just cold eyes of laughter.
Cold eyes of laughter. These are all good options here. So
I like
our first
dolly
question.
dollying, though.
I do like dilly-dallying. It comes from Queen McKee, and it says, "What's your favorite part of what you do, and why?" So Cole, as our special guest, why don't you start us off? What do you do, and what's your favorite part of it?
So
Do
this
you
is
eat a lot
gonna
of
be
pizza?
really gay.
Is that what you do?
This is gonna be
It's gonna be really
super
heckin'
gay.
super sweet.
But
Yeah.
my favorite part of what we do is when people tell me that they enjoyed what we do.
Yeah.
Because the entire reason that I work as hard as I do and that I put in so much time and so much effort into all these videos is because I like to make someone happy.
Yeah.
We've gotten messages before saying that something that we posted gave someone a reason to continue living that day. And that's what I want to live for, right? Is I want to give people something that we post could be the reason that somebody smiles that day. So the reason they decide to keep going. And that's kind of the mantra that I live by, right? Is if I
Yeah.
can make a difference in someone's lives, then who am I to not do that, right? And
Yeah.
I love voice acting. I love doing audio. I love the creative aspects of all of those. Like everything that I do is my favorite, right? I love it all.
Yeah.
But my favorite is the difference that I get to make in you guys' life, and you guys are the reason that I do it. And thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Oh man, I honestly feel the same way, and I kind of want to piggyback off of that because when it comes to the kind of work that we do here, when I think back on my life, I grew up watching like abridged series and stuff like that, and just consuming like internet media, and like there's just something so personalized about that kind of content. And whenever I'm in kind of my lowest moments, like, and I need a laugh or I need something, I listen to a podcast or I would watch an abridged series, and it would give me this feeling that I would always just crave. And the fact that I can get that feeling not only on the creative end of the project that we do, but also experience it firsthand from others is crazy and something I never imagined that I would be able to do. Because when I would watch like Abridgers, I would think, oh my God, this is the best thing in the world, and like they are creating something that speaks to me. Like I understand, and I feel like I'm in a community that gets it. And whenever I'm feeling like lonely or this or that, I can be with this content and it will say something to me that other things couldn't, even if it feels like just a silly parody. But the fact that we've been able to create that community, even in a smaller way, and that there are people that are actively seemingly getting that same feeling is something that consistently motivates me to keep working. And the fact that I want to keep creating that feeling for myself and others and create opportunities to work with people that we can share that feeling with. Like working with all of you guys. Like I feel like when it comes to online content and media and stuff, like you never, I guess, truly know when it'll be over, when it'll end. Like there's not necessarily a necessary like safety net underneath you, but at the same time there also is, because you never have to stop creating. you can always keep creating, but the communities or the places or the ways that you're creating it could change, and you have to be willing to accept that and grow with it. But if you open your heart and your mind to the opportunities that are available to you today, right now, with the people that you have right now, you're going to be able to create the best stuff. And that's the mindset I've tried to keep, and it's what keeps me going, is the fact that I don't know what's going to come tomorrow, but I know that I'm going to do my best to make it something that brings me this right now. And yeah.
That's gay.
Oh, heck, you right. What about you, Beau?
So I'm gonna kind of take a weird stance on this. You know,
Okay.
obviously the whole, like, you know, seeing how people react, and I mainly because I kind of want to steer away from kind of a similar question that we had last week, or at least what I talked about for like 5 minutes about why I got into clowning, you know, to make people laugh, to
Yeah.
make people smile.
Yeah.
Like that is a given. That's just happens to be a positive byproduct of what we do. But
Yeah.
to be completely honest, now one of the things that brought me here and is keeping me here with KRWBY is, to be completely honest, finally being in a situation where I feel like people are actually kind of acknowledging me for the stuff that I do. Like, I've been involved.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I've been involved in, like, you know, like creative works, and like, you know, like student films and stage productions and everything. And, you know, I'm like a 7th generation performer, and it's the first time that I really kind of feel validated, to be completely honest. And as selfish as it is, like, yeah, I love that it works out that people are enjoying the stuff that we do and the stuff that I do. But, like, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't happy myself.
Definitely.
You know, so, like, call it selfish if that's what you want, but, like, I'm really here because I want to be here. But I want to be here because of how, you know, you guys make me feel, and how, you know, you guys, the listeners, the fans here, like, it's just it's like a happy accident that people happen to enjoy the stuff that I enjoy doing for myself.
You know, kind of piggybacking off of that, throughout my life, I've never really felt like I really fit in anywhere, right? And like I have friends who I love, people who I care about in real life, who, you know, I love them and everything, but most of the time when I'm hanging out with them, it just kind of feels like I'm observing, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like I'm really part of it. But with KRWBY, it's so much different, and I feel like you guys really care about me, and like I have a place, like,
Yeah.
and that's something I had never really felt before, and it means the world to me. And legitimately, I don't know what I would do without this team.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I hate using the word piggyback again, but, like,
Use
when
it.
it comes
piggyback,
to
piggyback.
I also am a piggybacker in that creating online content. One of the reasons that, like, theater and movies and stuff, like, or I've done independent films, and, like, I've done, you know, like, theater and all that stuff, but voice acting is, I think, something that also gives me that similar feeling, because it feels like a community that I understand and that I consistently get validated through as well. Like, because when it came to, like, because even on films and, like, all that stuff, like, I always feel like, you know, I'm able to kind of get there by the skin of my boots, and then maybe do something, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, that was a thing I did, but then nothing really comes from it. But, like, it's a thing that I maybe do. But, like, with voice acting, the different avenues that I feel like I can work in, and the people that listen to what I do and tell me they think it's funny or they think it's this or that, it makes me feel like I'm doing something right. It feels like I'm doing something that's actually not only fulfilling me, but that other people agree is fulfilling. And that validation is definitely a big part of, I think, all artists' journey, is looking for that human connection and being able to express the human condition in some way. And voice acting just happens to be a very modern way to do it, and we've been able to create a very lightning struck at the right time, and we were able to kind of create this thing that lets us all do these things that make us feel like we know what we're doing, even if it feels like we don't sometimes.
Well, an interesting thing about it is in this day and age that we live in, it's the perfect time, especially for the stuff that we do, where instant gratification is absolutely a thing. We posted volume 2 chapter 1 of the abridged, and it's already like nearing 40,000 views. Like,
no, it's above 40,000.
it's over 40,000 views. We get to see just how many people are watching our stuff and how much they like it, and it's like, episode 1 of Perpetually Ajar only has less than 900 views, but the thing is everyone that's commented on it has loved it or has had really constructive feedback, or whatever have you. Like, I would much rather have a smaller fan base that loves the stuff that we're putting out and is happy with what we're putting out than have millions and have hundreds of thousands potentially not like it.
I 100% agree.
Quality,
with that.
not quantity.
Exactly.
That's just how I feel.
No, for sure. I think that this is a really good question, Queen McKee, and we were very happy to answer it. Does anybody else have anything else they want to say on it before we go to our next?
I just would like to point out that Queen McKee has an uwu face in the comment, and you didn't include it.
Uwu.
There
you go.
It's like up carrot.
Everybody drop
W,
an uwu
up
for
carrot.
Queen McKee.
It's an up
Drop an
carrot
uwu.
W up carrot.
Okay, yeah. Drop one of those in the comments for Queen McKee. And Queen McKee, we see you.
You've
We
been
see you.
noticed.
Thank you for blessing us with your uwus. So this next next question comes from Conrad Paulo, and it says, "If you were a huntsman/huntress/hunter of Remnant, what semblance would your aura manifest for you?"
Ooh.
This is a tough one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give myself a random, completely useless power. All right.
Okay.
And by completely useless, I mean not completely useless, and it's the best, right?
Okay.
So I would have the power to, when I sleep, for time to stop in the minute before my alarm goes off.
Oh yeah.
And allow me to continue sleeping until I wake up naturally, and then wake up.
So, before you elaborate more on that, I have a question about aura manifesting and how semblances work. Is it something that can be that specific? Because I know
You know
in a
what? You're
quirk
right. You're
situation,
fair. That's
in
fair.
in My Hero Academia, for a quirk, I think that would 100% be possible. But for this show, I really want us to see if we can get actually specific, almost create an OC here.
Okay.
By that definition, to give you a chance to kind of think a little bit more openly about it, I'll just give you guys a description of what my Ruby OC, her semblance is.
That's exactly what I'm about to do after you go.
Yeah, so my
Tell
Ruby
us,
OC, her name is Celeste. I don't want to go too into detail about her just because I'm really still kind of fleshing her out and everything. But her ability is kind of almost like emeralds in a sense, where she has I call it silver tongue. And she has the ability to persuade people to do things by either direct line of sight or direct eye contact. And so, if she's, looking at someone and they're, walking, she could influence them to the point to, trip them up or something like that. If she's just, got, line of sight on them. However,
that's a good one.
However, if she wants to directly control someone, she could and I kind of built this off of how intimidating would it be if you're standing guard somewhere and some ninja bitch runs up and just grabs you by the face and forces you to look her in the eyes and just says go to sleep, and you just knock out.
Oh, nice.
So that was kind of what I designed her around, was the direct eye contact thing.
Ninja
but
bitch.
the downside
Ninja
to her semblance is that she can't do the direct eye contact command more than like 3 times before she like runs out of aura, because that takes a lot more aura than just kind of nudging someone.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's not just physical abilities either. It's like if someone, so say someone is like teetering on like a decision, like she could be the one that kind of pushes them over to one specific decision and make them do something that they might not have previously agreed to do. So
that sounds like hazing.
Yeah, that's my OC's semblance.
That's good.
Okay.
What
about you, Cole?
That kind of makes me think of Shinso from My Hero Academia.
The guy that can, if you answer his question.
Yeah,
or something?
he mind controls you, but like this one has more nuance to it. I like it.
Yeah.
So my power in that case, I guess I'll just say my Ruby OC's name is Wes. He just wields,
I don't have a Ruby OC. I'm jealous.
He wields like a generic longsword because I like longswords, but his power is I don't know the name of it, but he can kind of like close his eyes and see exactly what somebody is doing in like a certain like let's say a 50-meter radius. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And he can focus on one person and see like every detail of them. But if he focuses on multiple people, then he can really just see like an outline of their body to see where they are. So it allows him to keep track of people, but like the more people he keeps track of, it gets less detailed.
Okay. Well, for mine, I don't have like a character already established, but I do have an idea. I would want it to be kind of a waterbending situation.
Oh.
Where, yeah, I would want to be able to heal using water, and I wouldn't be able to do like, you know, any freezing of water or anything like that. Like, I think I'm gonna, you know, try to nerf myself a little bit, but if there maybe is ice, then I could like pull the water from it, so maybe I could do some melting, but like I couldn't like summon ice whenever I want to. Maybe, I don't know, like I'd mostly want it for the healing ability, but I'd also want to be able to do like simple things with water too. Like maybe I could pull water to me, like if I needed to drink some water, or I could clean the water. Like I could, like kind of like a wilderness situation. Like if there's seawater, I can completely purify it.
So
like,
Katy is the white mage.
Yes.
And nobody fucks with the white mage.
Yeah. And then I could maybe slap it around a little bit, but I couldn't do like super crazy waterbending stuff. Like it would mostly be for healing and like purifying and stuff, but I could do some like defensive stuff with it, but not really big attack stuff.
That would be super helpful.
Yeah.
I'd like
yeah.
I was just gonna say, I'd like to throw out there that I feel like it should be pretty obvious with like what her semblance is, but Celeste is absolutely not a good guy.
Oh yeah, I definitely got that vibe.
Yeah, she's me and Tina and I actually created an OC team together, and our characters are partners. And I helped her kind of establish her character, and our character semblances go so well together that it's kind of almost uncanny. And it was like, oh yeah, this is my semblance, and she was like, if I could have a semblance, this is my semblance. And then I figured out this way to like make them work together to where it almost feels like they were written that way. But like it was literally just the details she gave me for what she wanted, my details that I already knew, and it just so happened to work out that like it worked insanely well.
It's almost as though
awesome.
you two are best friends or something.
I know. We're drip compatible, dude. Like, it happens.
Yes. Well, yeah, I think we've got a pretty good roundabout there. And anybody in the comments below, please, if you would like to let us know what your semblance would be. If you'd like to answer any of these questions, let us know below. We're always reading the comments. Also, that's where you can submit questions. So, yeah, submit questions / do that.
You can even tell us what your quirk would be. Either one.
Yeah, tell us what your quirk is, too. Like, yeah, please tell us. We love to read them.
This is Ruby. It's called a semblance.
It's called a semblance.
I don't know what you're talking about, young Midoriya.
Flower Scout cookies. Oh, my God.
Eat my shoe.
So, I'm going to take us to our last... Oh, my God.
Did you forget about that, Katy?
Yes. Kick his ass, young Midoriya.
Beat his ass, young Midoriya.
Midoriya.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay.
Kacha, get over
right.
here.
Kacha. Yes. Oh my God. Please look up that video if you haven't seen it. But I'm going to take us to our last fan question before we get to our KRWBY News Corner for this week. So this question I think is actually for Beau.
Oh?
It is from Sugar Rush. It says, I know I've put a few questions already, but I'm kind of curious as someone who was born male and identifies as female. How do you feel is the best way of opening up to my friends and family about it? Because I currently am not openly trans.
I would say, and given, let me preface this with not everything works for everyone. And so if you're in a situation, either you, the person who asked this, or you who is listening to this, and, this might be something that you needed to hear, if you don't feel safe coming out, don't. As hard as it is, wait until you know that you're going to be safe to do so, because that is absolutely the most important thing.
Yes.
Which is unfortunate that we still live in a world that, you can't be who you are potentially without facing some kind of consequence, despite the fact that it's just who you are naturally. But I would say, after that, not necessarily try to do like coming out to everyone at the same time. Just kind of see who works at different times. Like when I first came out as gender fluid, before I realized that I was more non-binary, I really I came out to my cousin because it was something he was someone that was really more so supportive. He's an older cousin, so he's I want to say he just turned 50.
Yeah.
And blood related cousin.
I forget
but
that your
I'm
family is
25, so I actually was raised to call him uncle. But once I turned into an adult, he was like, "Dude, we're cousins. Don't call me uncle. You make me feel older than that I need to feel."
Wow.
But he was kind of really the the male figure that was really positive for me in my life. And I came out to him first and foremost when I realized that I was gay, and then when I realized that I was anything other than cisgender. And I did it because I knew that I felt safe with him, and I knew that it was a safe thing with him, and that he wouldn't share it with anyone outside of making sure that it was okay with me first. And then after that, I just kind of, whenever it felt like it was appropriate to bring it up to someone, because it sucks because I really kind of did most of my coming out to people when it got to the point of I eventually came out to my dad because he was being really kind of pushy about wanting me to wear a dress to an event. And I was like, I don't want to wear a dress. And he was like, well, why? You're a girl. And I just kind of in the heat of the moment went, no, I'm not. And it kind of it ended up working out, and it was really kind of awkward trying to explain it to him. And the term that he really kind of latched onto and understood was androgynous.
Yeah.
So, that was something, if it's someone that isn't necessarily closed-minded but just might not understand, just take the time to inform them. Maybe see what you can do about introducing them to modern media, pop culture stuff that has, trans characters in it, or discusses things with trans characters, or talks about the transitioning process, and kind of gauge how they react to that. Because I used a couple shows to kind of help come out to my mom when I first came out to her. And I was kind of like, man, I really relate to this character. And she was like, the gay one? And I was like, yeah.
Yes, mother.
Why, yes, mother, I do in fact relate to the gay one. But
could I add something?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I am not trans or gay or any of that, and to be quite honest, I don't get it. And that's because I'm not in that situation, and I don't know if I ever really will, right?
Yeah.
And just because somebody doesn't really get it doesn't mean that they're not going to accept you, right?
Yeah.
Because I will accept Beau all day long. They're one of my best friends, right? And just because I don't like get their lifestyle, doesn't mean that I'm going to put them down, right? And sometimes you just need to take a leap, right? Sometimes it's just you question things too much. I know I'm definitely guilty of overthinking literally everything that ever existed.
Same.
And just whenever my mind gets an opportunity to think something too far, it does. So sometimes, like you might think, oh, is this person going to accept me? If they're a close friend of yours, sometimes you just have to trust that they will, right? And if they don't, then maybe they weren't the best person for you to be friends with in the first place, right?
Yeah. As long as you're considering like your safety and stuff. Cause
Yeah,
there can
of course.
definitely be
That
situations
definitely
where,
that considered first and foremost.
But if you feel like your safety at least won't be, but you do feel like you're testing waters with maybe a friendship, like honestly, somebody that can't accept you for the person that you are does not deserve you or to be in your life at all.
Exactly.
So like there can be a fear maybe of losing somebody if something about you that is very important to you and is very like identity of you, like that they wouldn't want to know you anymore. But man, it's 2019.
Yeah.
We only have time for people that love us for us.
Now, but at the same time, sometimes maybe they just need time to think through it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
They just need time to kind of like that. Maybe they had this preconceived notion of who you were, and they need to disassociate that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And each person, if you need somebody that accepts you immediately, like depending on what your situation is, for sure.
Yeah.
I think
I would also add that, while coming out to people that you feel you can trust and everything, is you're hoping that they will have patience with you and be understanding. It's a two-way street in that if they are showing that they might be willing to, to work with you and accept you on this, that you need to also be very, very patient with them, because you've essentially taken what they know about you, what they feel they know about you, and flipped it on its head. And especially if you can tell that they're actively making an effort to, like not misgender you, or like not use again, misgendering, like not use the wrong pronouns, or identify you, the right way and everything. Be patient with them, because it'll happen. I still misgender myself sometimes. Like when I'll talk about myself when I'm younger and everything, like I'm in the mindset of like, well, I wasn't back then. Like I didn't feel that way about myself back then. I didn't understand that about myself back then. So yeah, her makes sense.
Yeah,
but
only let people in your life that are willing to make an effort for you.
Yeah, and don't assume, because some people might just genuinely not know and not understand. And so one thing that's taken me a lot of time to like get used to and to learn is don't just automatically assume that if someone questions you when you like come out to them or something like that, it might not necessarily be an aggressive way of doing it. They just genuinely might not understand what exactly it is that you're telling them, and take that time to inform them. Be that positive kind of introduction to the community that they might never have had before. They might never have had a trans friend before. And so they just genuinely don't understand how it works, and I'm always here to, I get messages from people from the cast and crew all the time asking me kind of just like, oh, what is that like? How do you feel about this kind of thing going on? And my DMs are always open if someone has questions, and all I can do is speak for myself.
I think you mean they're perpetually ajar.
Oh!
But I can only speak for myself. But like, if you ever want my, kind of my experience and opinion on my experience of how I went about doing stuff, like please feel free to, message me on Discord, message me on Twitter. Like I will definitely get back to you on that. I've had a few people who are writing stories actually, and when they found out that I was non-binary, they immediately DM'd me, because they wanted to write a character that was non-binary, but they wanted to make sure that they were going to write it correctly. And
that's awesome.
That to me is just, I take it as a huge compliment, because like not just me as a person, but a huge compliment to like my identity that you want to do it justice, you know?
Yeah, and I think there's something very important to be said about creating a more okay with being curious world, to where it's okay to ask questions. If you don't know something, it's okay to not know, as long as you, like, there's a quote that I think I heard once where it's like, it's okay to be weak, but it's not okay to stay weak. So if you apply that to knowledge, like, it's okay to not be informed, but it's not okay to stay that way if you can actively educate yourself on certain things. And so, like, if there's somebody that is telling you something and you don't understand, that's fine. But if this person is important to you, then you need to make that effort for them. Otherwise, it's perfectly valid and justified if they maybe don't want you in their life anymore, if you're not willing to make them feel comfortable like they make you feel comfortable.
Exactly. I really appreciate that question. Like, I hope that helped.
Yeah. Well, now that you guys have gotten to hear Beau talk about awesome stuff, you can now let them talk to you more about awesome stuff, because it's now time for us to go into our KRWBY News Corner. Beau, if you would like to take the reins and take us away.
Yeah, okay. I'm still working on coming up with, like, a nice little, like, intro for it. It's episode 2.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
We're early.
It's a work
By
in-
episode 10, we got this.
It's a work in progress. So yeah, welcome to the KRWBY News Corner. I don't need to introduce myself. You've been listening to me talk for an hour and 16 minutes and 51 seconds. You should know who I am by now. But anyways, so first and foremost, KRWBY hit 25,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel a couple days ago. And that is absolutely mind-blowing. I remember when Tina first told me about the auditions that she was doing for RWBY, I remember looking at the channel and seeing, I want to say it was like 3,600 subscribers.
That sounds about right.
And just to see how far it's come in so long has just been absolutely mind-blowing. And how far it came in just like the last month.
Yeah, it's
we were
been
like
crazy.
18,000 like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a little wild. I think even 2 weeks ago it was that low.
Yeah, you're right.
I think
That's
so.
not okay. Except it is. It's great.
It's
fantastic.
so great. Please keep subscribing.
But yeah, so thank you so much. Shout out to all of you guys. You know, thank you so much for your support. You know, you guys are one of the main reasons why we keep doing this. Let us know, you know, comment, you know, like the videos as you know, kind of gimmicky as it sounds, you know, like, comment, subscribe. It really does let us know what you do and don't like. And, you know, please give us that feedback. Like, there is such a thing as, you know, letting us know what you think, and us, you know, being like, that's what we're looking for. We want feedback. We want to know what works for you guys, what doesn't work.
Can this video hit 5 million likes?
5 million schmeckles.
But you know, going off of that, RWBY Abridged Volume 2, Chapter 1 was a little bit delayed. I said, you know, I talked about it for a couple minutes on the last episode, and I was like, yeah, it should be out today for the patrons and blah, blah, blah. And it was like delayed by like 3 days because of copyright issues. But the important thing is that it is out now. And it is at over 40,000 views, like we were talking about earlier.
It's at 44,000.
44,000 views. That is insane.
Woo!
And
like, I want you all to know that's almost twice as many as the Volume 1 finale has.
That's
so
crazy.
insane.
Right?
Absolutely insane. But I have been informed that episode 2 of Volume 2 is now currently in production. So
it sure is.
Here we are. We're working on it. It's nice to kind of. I remember, you know, not gonna lie. I'm gonna be completely honest that, you know, this time last year it was like, cool, episode's out. We're not gonna see another one for like 4 or 5 months. But like the KRWBY team, you know, the RWBY Abridged team specifically has really, like, to put it bluntly, like, really stepped up the game and gotten their shit together. And has like such a like streamlined like pipeline for how things go about being made. And I just recently sat down with Tina and Brian actually to create a pipeline for the VR shorts. So that'll be really cool to kind of implement as well. which we actually have 2 VR shorts currently in the works. One that I believe is like in the recording, like the voiceover recording process, and one that's still kind of in the scripting process. We've been reworking it a little bit, but hopefully you'll be able to see those on the channel sometime in the next few months. We have the RTX vlog for day 1 was released within the last week or so, and that was a lot of fun. I'm really excited to see, like, I need to see who I need to message to get access to seeing the other ones, because I just want to see the other ones already.
The other ones are being worked on currently.
The other ones are being worked on.
They use some of my footage for that. The one where I'm like, Ryan.
I love that.
Your footage is just the best. You're a walking meme, Katy. That's who you are.
Absolutely.
Right?
The best kind of walking
that
meme.
little giggle.
But yeah, so keep an eye out for days 2 and 3 of RTX, I believe is what it's going to be. We've also got KRWBY Talk every Sunday on the channel that is live streamed every Sunday currently at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so 11 Eastern and 10 Central, so I don't leave you guys out. But
Better
yeah,
not.
currently we are talking about Fire Force. We just finished covering episodes 5 and 6, I think is what it was.
So I'm really sorry I didn't show up on that one, guys. I may or may not have accidentally fallen asleep for 14 hours.
It was quite the story.
It absolutely was. You missed a whole hour and a half of me talking about how gay I was about calling Clinkenbeard voicing Princess Hibana and stepping on people.
Dang it!
Yeah.
Amazing.
But it was pretty fun. But yeah, so that's every Sunday on the KRWBY channel, talking about Fire Force currently, and then, like, you know, we definitely haven't decided what the next series is going to be after that, but then it'll probably be time for Ruby, and then, you know, we'll start the cycle again. And then, you know, kind of bringing everything around, we have a set schedule for Perpetually Ajar, which is every other Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yes.
So this
8 a.m. Central.
8 a.m. Central, that's right, yeah. 9 Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. But yeah, that's going to be the release dates or release times for these specifically, the Perpetually Ajar podcast. So that way you have something cool to listen to, you know, maybe while you're going to work or while you're on lunch. Like, that's kind of why we're posting it a little earlier, so that way you guys have something cool to wake up to. And then last but certainly not least, we do have our lovely Patreon where you can go and pledge a certain amount per month. We have a couple different tiers, and with those different tiers, you get access to different perks and privileges, such as an awesome, like, name role in the Discord server that we have that you should also join. There should be a link in the description. But the Patreon also gets early access to almost all of our videos that we have, as well as behind-the-scenes stuff that doesn't get posted anywhere else other than gets shared privately between us. I remember I had mentioned, I think on one of the podcasts or like one of the live streams a few weeks ago, about a recording that Star did as Yang, where she was like, "Yeah, fist those turkeys," and then like it ended up being posted on the Patreon like a couple days later. So yeah, if you haven't had a chance to check that out, all of the money that we make from the Patreon, from the donations, goes back into the project. You know, helping pay for like monthly services for, like, you know, scripting software or like sound packages, sound effect packages, and all of that stuff, like, just to help us make better, more high quality content for you guys. So yeah, without further ado,
we don't get a single penny of it.
Yeah, no, none of the money goes into any of our pockets. It goes absolutely back into the project. And currently, one of the big things that it's kind of we're trying to put it into is we're trying really hard to get merchandise for you guys. Like, I promise, we are talking about it and we are working on it. It's just really, really hard to, you know, be a parody, but then also try to be original enough to justify having your own stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Check out the
We
Patreon.
just need like a really sweet swear jar shirt.
Yes.
or a Perpetually Ajar shirt.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
But yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to pass it back to you, Katie. That was KRWBY News Corner.
Well, heck yeah. Thank you so much, Beau, for the updates and everything that Beau listed. Please check out on the KRWBY Productions panel.
Please,
and I think this
you mean
is
channel.
Yes. Oh, yes, channel, not panel. We do have panels potentially at other cons though, and if you'd like to see us at a con, let them know, because that would be cool. We'd love to come.
You know,
But-
Katie, that was a really,
Yeah?
really nice, impressive professional segue.
Well, thank you so much, Cole. Speaking of professional segues, Cole, where can they find you?
Whoa, that's a great professional segue. Where can they find me? On the KRWBY server, on the KRWBY channel. I mean, I have my own personal channel. So I will say that speaking of Legend of Zelda randomizers, I took a poll recently on the KRWBY server because I'm gonna play through an entire randomizer for Extra Life when that
God.
comes through.
Oh, nice.
Like an entire randomizer. It's gonna be a while. So I took a poll to see which one is gonna win, which one I'm gonna play, and Wind Waker won. So I'm gonna be practicing Wind Waker randomizer pretty frequently on my own channel. I'll post about that on the in KRWBY streams in the Discord server if anybody ever wants to watch. So there's that.
Nice.
But
And that's just at Cole Jackson?
I can't remember what my YouTube channel is.
Oh, no.
I think it's just Cole Jackson. Yeah.
We'll make sure to link
Okay.
it in the description.
Yeah. Please give it. Yeah, you'll give us some links and we'll link it.
Yeah. There's that.
Well,
So
heck
yeah. There we go.
Yay!
Oh,
all right.
wait,
Beau,
one more
yes?
thing I forgot about.
Tell us
I
your things.
also voice act for the channel Miraculous Corazon.
He
So-
does. He's wonderful.
And fun fact, Tina voiced in one of the videos in her channel recently. So you're free to go over
Whoa.
there and watch some of those.
That's awesome.
So yeah, there's a
Well,
bit of
heck yeah. Beau, where can they find you?
So primarily I've been working on getting more active on the Twitter. So you can find
Twitter.
me on Twitter at Beau from KRWBY. That's BeauFromKRWBY. I've been posting there a lot more reliably, I would feel like. I've been retweeting and posting GIFs, a lot of GIFs and whatnot.
Yes.
excuse me, it's pronounced GIF.
Anyways,
Well,
so and then the only other thing that I would like to plug for myself personally is my Twitch. I do a lot of video game streams, and I've been thinking about doing some like live reactions to things. Since it could just be like, it'd be a fun like in the moment thing, and then just like delete the video on demand afterwards, the VOD.
oh, nice.
But yeah, and my Twitch is twitch.tv/cbcosplay. Where can they find you,
Dude.
Katie?
Well, everyone, you can find me on the KRWBY Productions page, and that's it. I don't exist. No, you can also find me on Twitter at KaniDay Official. That's KaniDay Official.
So that's how
on
you
the
pronounce
Twits. Yeah. Kani, like the sushi. And you can find me on Dr. Crafty as a writer and a performer. You can find me on the Weird Flex But Okay podcast, hosted by myself and Jaxblade. You can find me on Perpetually Ajar, that you can find on KRWBY Productions. You can find me here doing stuff, and that's a wrap. Guys, we did it. Say something funny quickly before they leave. Bravo.
Cole has no nipples.
Wow.
Beau, you don't have any nipples.
I heard Uncle Crow. I heard you could turn into a bird.
Is that a voice changer?
that sounds good.
No, that's just me.
Oh, okay.
I heard you got her nipples. I heard you got her nipples. Is this a Katina impression? I heard
Oh,
you
wow,
don't have
that-
any nipples.
That sounded just like Tina.
That's,
Oh my
that's
god.
the point.
That was so
I don't know what
scary.
you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. We're Tina. Bye. Bye, Tina. Bye. Bye.
Good shit. Good shit.